Hey guys, and welcome to my new YouTube channel, Coastal Oak Ranch. My wife and I bought a property this past year in Southern California. We got a lot of projects going on around the property, and we're going to be doing a lot of fun things off the property with family and friends. If that sounds like something you might be interested in following along with, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you on the ranch. Welcome to Coastal Oak Ranch. Just wanted to invite you guys to check out the property that we bought. We purchased this last April, and we've had a bunch of projects going on already. Want to start documenting that, and thought some people might find it interesting what we're doing here. So first things first, just wanted to give you a walk around the property, kind of show you everything that we've been working on and that we are working on currently, and get you guys up to date on that, and then we can go from there. So the property itself is 2.5 acres, runs from this fence line over on the side over here. Let me show you this way. This is where we came up with the name Coastal Oak Ranch. These are coastal live oak trees. There's over 30 trees on the property that are all oaks, so that's how we came up with the name. Over here we have some fruit trees that are growing right now. I can give you guys some more insight on that later. You'll see down in this area over here is our goat pen, which we do not have goats in yet. We just mowed this all down not too long ago. Past that second fence down there, that is also the property, and past the third fence down there, that is also the property. If you can see the chain link up on the other side right there, that's the boundary of the property. There's a big wash down there. I'll take you guys down there later. Up here in the front of the property, we have a area that was used as a turkey pen by the previous owner. We probably won't be keeping turkeys, so we'll have to decide what to do with this. Not too long ago we found some pups down in a field, and we kept them there for a little while we found them homes. But we're not sure what we're going to do with this area yet. We may be tearing it down to make this more of an entertain space. We're not sure. If you come down this way, this is the back of the house here. We have a water tank over there. If you can see it, the green water tank that collects rainwater for irrigation. We have an area for wood. That's going to be a future project. I'm going to have to build a new area. We use a lot of firewood in the wintertime to keep the house warm. We're on propane up here, so it's a lot cheaper to burn wood to keep the house warm than it is to use the propane. So I need to build a new area because every time it rains right now, all our wood gets wet, and I have to come out and either tarp it or bring a bunch in before it rains, and it's kind of been a pain. So that'll be a project coming up soon. Down this way, you'll see one of our current projects we have going on. This chicken coop was here when we moved in. However, there was a big heavy snowstorm, and it broke a branch off that was about the size of this one you see right over the top here. Broke off and crushed the back half of the chicken coop. So this has been our project that we've been working on lately. You'll see the 4x4s right here that just got snapped in half from when that branch came down. It was so heavy. And they had these footings poured for the 4x4s that were in there that we've pulled out. However, this area right here is kind of elevated from the ground right here, and the way they had it retained is they just had those 4x4s in with untreated wood running along the side of the dirt, holding the dirt back. So this was actually starting to erode because these boards were rotting. You can see on some of these, I mean, these are some of the ones that were underground here, and you can see, I mean, that's all that was holding all that dirt back. So we have to come up with a new solution for that. Currently our plan is to take the backhoe, dig a trench around here, and stand railroad ties on end. However, we're still kind of pricing that out and figuring out what that'll cost. So that'll be this will be future videos right here showing how we're going to do the retaining for this, and then also rebuilding the structure of the chicken coop, pouring new footings, all that kind of stuff. So that'll be one thing we'll definitely be going over. Down here you can see a road we put in. This was a very off-camber turn. Before, you can see it followed the slope right here. So we have some railroad ties on this end, just temporarily. We'll probably be digging those in and doing it similar to what we're gonna do with the chicken coop over there. But I actually dug this out with the backhoe, hand leveled it with the shovel, and then tamped it all down to make this a nice turn down here so we can bring the Ranger we use for a lot of the projects down here and get to what we need to get to. Down this way, this is a little less used area of the property. We don't really have anything on the other side of this gulch over here. We'll walk down there right now. On camera, I'm sure it doesn't look that steep, but it gets pretty steep down here. So we have had the Ranger down here, but if it wasn't 6-wheel drive, there's no way we'd get it out of this hole here. So we have to come up with a solution so we can drive vehicles over to the other side and we can actually utilize that space that we have down here. But we'll go through the fence down here. And this area over here is pretty natural. There's nothing that's been developed over here. This is our property boundary. You can see the chain link fence up on the other side of the hill, and then on the far side there's a wooden fence, and that's our property line there. But in the springtime, when it rains in the wintertime, there's a little creek that actually flows through here, so that's kind of neat. Plans are, there's a flat area up there that I'd like to build a, I don't know what you'd call it, an observation deck maybe, or man cave or something like that up on that side. And my plans are to pour a pad down below the goat pen that we can put a shop at. And I want to build a bridge that comes across on that side of the creek over there, and a small road that drives up to the other side. So you could drive the Ranger from the other side, cross the bridge, and then go over to the other side. So that's going to be in the distant future at this point, but that is kind of the plan for this area down here. Start heading back up the hill here. And we're not at a crazy high altitude here, but we're at about 3,200 feet. So occasionally in the winter, we get a decent amount of snow. It's not an every year thing. This first year we were in here, we didn't get too much, but right before we moved in the year before, they had about 2 feet. So there is snow that occurs down here. So we're about halfway up the hill here. Just wanted to show you guys, there is a zip line right there. That was here when we moved in. So far, only my drunk buddies have done it. But I'm sure once the kids get older, they'll enjoy that. So that's staying for now, at least until somebody breaks something, which, fingers crossed, hasn't happened yet. So hopefully it stays that way. If we continue up this way, we're heading towards the driveway here. It's my big red work van. And my truck for now. Need to get a bigger truck. That'll probably be happening soon. Having a 2-year-old with a car seat in the back of an extended cab Tacoma hasn't been working out so well. So I need something to drive that can fit a car seat. So that'll be coming in the near future. Couple new things I've bought that, well, first of all, I bought the backhoe so we could do that road down there and work on the chicken coop. So it's a towable backhoe, works really well. I'll be showing another video with this, how to operate it, how everything works. It's really cool. It's for the price, it works really well. And then this was a mistake. I bought this from an auction house. I was trying to bid on a forklift for work, and I bid on the wrong item and ended up with a riding mower. And because of the slope of my property, there's not too many places I can really use this. However, I did use it in the goat pen area just to knock the weeds down to try it out. and it worked pretty well, but I ran it the first time, came back, parked it, and it won't start anymore. So I'm gonna be doing another video showing what's wrong with it and how we're gonna get it fixed. So I can use it. Maybe I have to put a roll bar on this thing or something because it's super tippy. You're driving it on the hill. But if I do end up fixing it and keeping it, I'll show you how I'm gonna add all that. I'll show you how I'm gonna fix it and show you how everything works on it. So that'll be something coming up, another project. Let me take you in my messy garage here. So it's a 2.5 car wide by 3.5 car deep garage. So it's about a 4 car garage total that we have in here. I did not have garage door openers when we moved in here, so I installed these myself. Both of them, I had to make custom brackets because they get so close to the top of the ceiling in here. So I made folding brackets. So you can see here, as this thing closes, it gets too close to the ceiling here when it had the standard bracket. So now it'll go down first, and then the garage door pushes forward. So a little project I'm pretty proud of, figured that out, and works pretty well. Take you over some of my mini vehicles here. This is a 6x6 Ranger that I bought when we first moved in here about a year ago. Was in running condition, but in very poor running condition. So we've done a lot of work to get this thing running right. It's got new tires, new batteries, did a wrap on it to, it was spray painted before, looked really bad. So I did my own wrap on it. Came out okay. What else? It has a new seat in it. Lots of little things we've done on this. Redid the badging, stuff like that. But we use this thing all the time. We use it for projects around the property. I got a big pile of brush over there that's got to get taken down for chipping. Our community does a lot every year where everybody can bring all their tree trimmings and they'll chip them up, and then we can pick up those chips and use them for around the property, cover up planters, stuff like that. So that's going to happen soon. We'll be taking that out. Here's a couple of my motorcycles here. So this is a YZ426, street legal, had it for a long time. It's been a great running bike. Not too much to do on this. This is my family's actually 1986 Honda 4Trax 200 SX. So my dad bought this for my mom brand new in '86. So this thing is older than I am, and it still runs great. It's in fantastic shape. Well, it's been in fantastic shape. We'll see how it stays. That tends to be our race vehicle when everybody comes over and we're having a party or something like that. So we've run races on this. I do have a bent front rim right now that needs to be repaired. I found a used rim. Thankfully, they only made this one for 2 years. So that'll be getting put on here. We'll be swapping the tire over, putting the new rim on it. That's gonna happen soon. I also got 2 flat tires, so we'll probably be looking at some new tires all around for that as well. Then I've got this 2018 Grom that I bought. It was pretty much as you see it when I bought it as far as cosmetically goes. I have done engine work. I've added a secondary aftermarket side cover that removes the oil spinner and puts a regular oil filter in it. It's got an oil cooler that I've added. Internally, I've done a camshaft. We're going to be doing a port and polish on this thing, so I'll bring you guys along for that, just to see if we can get some more air flowing. It's got an aftermarket intake that I put on it. So most of the stuff I've done has been performance based, and then we also have a tuner on here to adjust all our fuel ratios and all that stuff. That's fully programmable. I'll show you how that works. But I also have to add in a O2 sensor in the exhaust on this. So I'll bring you guys along while we do all that. Just another project on the docket to get done. But that is a fun bike, and it's street legal, and it's a blast to ride around. Other projects wise, what else do I work on? I've been getting into reloading recently, so excuse my mess on my bench, but I've been doing a lot of ammo reloading, stuff like that, and trying to get into that. I bought a new hunting rifle because I started getting into hunting when I came up here, that I am still working the bugs out of. This is that rifle, so I'm sure there'll be some videos going over this, showing you what I'm doing for loading the ammo and getting it dialed in for this particular rifle. That's going to be a full series later on, showing how I've done all that. And we'll have some range days going out and shooting it with the chronograph and figuring out exactly how to work up a load for a hunting rifle. So that'll definitely be in there. In the last year, I've also picked up scuba diving. So I got some new regulators and stuff like that. I'll be doing some product reviews on this stuff. It's fairly new. Just started trying it out. A lot of it's Scuba Pro stuff. Been pretty happy with it so far. Only had a few dives on it since I finished my training. Also got the new Mark II Garmin dive watch. So it's a dive watch, but it does a lot of other stuff too, GPS, fitness watch, all that kind of stuff. So I'll be going over that too, kind of showing you guys how all that stuff works. Then later on, I'll be doing a walkthrough on the house, kind of show you the condition we bought it in. We had some strange circumstances when we bought this place. So they actually had a flood right before we moved in. So they had to do some renovations before we were actually able to move in. And I'll be going over some of that stuff later too. But that's a walk around of our actual property. This property is part of a larger community that is all by itself in the Cleveland National Forest. There's about 130 lots on this property, all at about 2.5 acres apiece. So you figure it's about a 300-acre total ranch that all these families live in. We have a community center down at the bottom that we can use, a little clubhouse. There's a community pond down there that's dry right now because we didn't get too much rain this winter. And then they have tennis courts, playground, basketball courts, all for the kids that we're able to use. So I'll be showing you guys that later on as well. But yeah, anyways, welcome to the ranch, and I hope you enjoy the series. Well, that's going to be it for the video today. Thanks for stopping by. Stick around. We're going to show you the interior of the house. Eventually, we'll get around to that. We got a lot of other stuff to cover. We'll be showing you more of the community. If you did like the video, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. We'll have a lot of stuff going on. You won't regret it. Go ahead and drop a like or a comment down at the bottom if you feel like it, and we'll see you next time on the ranch.